Hey, what's going on, Ryan? My name is Jack here with Mr. and Mrs. Leeds. I was tasked with doing this video analysis of your website so then I can provide some further insight as a search marketer, what I can see in terms of your website, your competition, what's potentially out there, and how we would be able to help you if we were to tag the tag team on this project. So without further ado, let me go ahead and get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline a couple of things that's involved in SEO so you kind of get a better understanding of it, and then a couple other insights that I can see, all right? So I typed your website here into a tool called Ahrefs. Ahrefs allows search marketers like myself to look at the metrics of a website. So right off the bat, what I can see is right here, the section URDR backlinks and referring domains. Now, these backlinks and referring domains are actually a very important metric that Google utilizes to determine how authoritative your website is, and that actually determines how quickly you rank up in Google's algorithm for all the different keywords you want to rank for and how highly you rank for it. And so this measure right here is very important. You want a lot of backlinks pointing to your website, and you want a lot of quality backlinks pointing to your website because that's the kind of thing that Google's looking for. Now, in case you didn't know what a backlink is, it's basically any website out there that has a hyperlink that clicks back to your website. So what I mean by that is if there is a blog out there that's called the mortgagebrokerblog.com, and in a new blog post, they mention your website and they say, hey, if you're looking for a good mortgage broker or loan officer, whatever, for in Colorado Springs, visit www.equityedgeteam.com. And then if the person clicked on that link, it would take them back to your website. And so that is actually considered a backlink. And believe it or not, Google actually tracks all these different websites that are out there that are pointing back to your website and uses that information to determine how authoritative your website is. So if you had a lot of backlinks pointing to your website, you would have seen that on the referring domains and backlinks. So basically what this is telling me is there's about 16 websites that are linking 30 times back to your website, and that's showing Google that you're a semi-authoritative website, but definitely not near the levels of authority that we want to get to really show Google that you're an authority in the space and your website deserves to be all the way at the top of Google for the different keywords. And so we want to shoot for about closer to about 300 referring domains on about 1 to 3,000 backlinks. You're at about 16 on 30. So we have a lot of room to improve. But the fact that you have some links coming to your website is a good sign because it's not a completely fresh website and it makes the results quicker when we start building this out. And so what we would do is we would go out there and get these backlinks, get these websites to start talking about your website and really start building up the authority on it. And so that's going to help you ranking all the different keywords you want to rank for. And then I'll talk about a few other things I can see. So right here is your organic keywords. These are the different kinds of phrases you currently rank in Google. And then this organic traffic is the estimated number of people that are visiting your website organically through Google. So if I hit organic search right here and go to this tab, what this actually show, no, sorry, one second. Of course it does as well. I'm doing this recording, right? Let me get this login real quick. Do that. But let's go to this. Organic keywords. And so what this tab is going to show us exactly what kind of keywords that your website currently ranks for. So you can see right here, it looks like Equity Edge for that phrase. So if you type in Equity Edge right now, the number 6 spot right here is your website, equityedge.com, right? Looks like Equity Edge Online, you hold the number 6 spot. Now, these are very important that you rank the number 1 spot because this is your brand name, right? You don't want any other website showing up at the top of Google when someone types in Equity Edge because that's exactly who you guys are, and you don't want them to go to someone other competitor's website or someone, and what might even be worse is if they think that's your website and it's not. So we absolutely need to make sure that this is the top position, and that would be the main first priority that I would tackle in making sure that you rank for the keywords Equity Edge Online. So let's see some of the other keywords that you currently rank for. So it looks like Letitia Adams, you hold the number 4th and 5th spot. And I assume that's because Letitia is one of the author bios or something like that, and this name is somewhere on your website, and that's why you're currently ranking for it. Look at the Equity Real Estate Colorado Springs. You got looks like you hold the 10th spot for that. And by the way, this volume column right here basically means how many estimated searches per month. This is actually a little bit less than what it actually is, but it's a good ballpark. Equity Edge, again, this is just one word instead of spacing it out. You're holding 6th spot for that as well. fixer-upper in Colorado, VA loans. So VA loans is definitely something that I assume you're definitely going to want to capture. You hold the 18th spot for that, and we definitely want to bump you up for that kind of phrase. And Colorado Edge Realty, VA Home Loan Colorado. So it looks like you're capturing some keywords that are on that are like VA related and like fixer-upper houses, right? So and I'm gonna come back to this page, but so at least you get a rough idea of kind of what kind of keywords you're currently ranking for. Let me show some of your competitors, all right? So it looks like there's a guy named IntegrityMTG.com that is one of your competitors. You can see right off the bat, compared to your website, they have more authority. How do we know that? Look at the number of referring domains and backlinks. They're sitting at 91 referring domains to 537 backlinks, as opposed to, I think you were like in their 30s, right? And then the organic keywords, the different keywords they currently rank for, and their estimated organic traffic as well. Let's take a look at some of the keywords that they're currently ranking for, and do this. Okay, so mortgage broker Colorado Springs, very targeted keyword. They hold the #2 spot. Mortgage companies in Colorado Springs hold the #2 spot. Integrity Mortgage holds the #14 spot. Integrity Mortgage Colorado Springs holds the #1 spot. Mortgage Colorado Springs, another one that's really good. So looks like what they've done is in their on-page SEO and some of the off-page stuff that they've been doing, they've been really targeting this kind of key phrase that has the word mortgage in it. And this is the kind of thing that we would want to do. So what we like to do is basically we go out there and we kind of work backwards. So what I mean is a lot of people, they think that if they build out this nice website, it looks good, like a customer would go on there and they think that it's a very professional looking website, and they think they're done. You know what I mean? They think that the website is good and it's going to start bringing in traffic and convert and things like that. But unfortunately, that's not how it works anymore. What you have to do is to make sure on the back end side of the website that you're doing all the stuff that Google's looking for, so that Google will start giving you credit for all those keywords you want to go after, and then you start bringing traffic that way. Honestly, you could have the ugliest looking website on the internet, and it could rank for the top of Google purely because it has all the SEO factors on there. And so what we like to do is we like to work backwards in terms of how we do our SEO for our clients, and basically start with our keyword research, right? So we go after the kinds of keywords that has a lot of traffic, that has a lot of, or not a lot of traffic, that has a lot of searches per month, that has low competition, and are very, very targeted keywords, and then we hash out your SEO plan of attack around those keywords. So a good keyword that we might want to capture is something like Colorado Springs mortgage lenders, right? Mortgage companies Colorado. And so we look at all this data, and then we come up with the most optimal keyword set and go after those keywords. And so you can see how compared to your website and the kinds of keywords you currently rank for, your competition is just doing better in terms of SEO, because the keywords they're currently ranked for are a lot more targeted for people that don't know about the company but are looking for a mortgage company. And so like they're holding that #2 spot, and they're going to capture the majority of the traffic because they're currently ranking for those kinds of keywords. And so let me show you another one of your competition. Looks like this is the Churchill, Colorado. Let's take a look at some of what they're ranking for. And the last one is appleloans.com. And let's take a look at that as well. So these guys also, like, in terms of their SEO, most of the stuff that they're ranking for are stuff that where people know about this business and they're searching for their phrase, like Churchill Loans, Churchill Mortgage. Those are because they've built their brand name up as Churchill, and people are literally typing in Churchill Mortgage, Dave Ramsey. You know what I mean? And so they haven't done their SEO as well as these people because they're a lot more targeted towards the keywords they want to go after. Let's take a look at Apple Loans. Okay, so boom, right there, Home Loans Colorado Springs, Home Loans Mortgage Colorado Springs, Mortgage Broker Colorado Springs, Colorado Springs Mortgage, Colorado Springs Mortgage Rates, Conventional Loan. So these guys are a lot more optimized for the keywords that you should probably rank for, just because loans in Colorado Springs, I mean, not necessarily for homes, but VA loans, Colorado. So yeah, it's a lot more targeted keywords. So that's kind of what we would do. We would hash out the keywords that you should go after, and then start targeting that on your actual website. Now, let me explain exactly how we would go about outranking your competition and start claiming the top spots for the different keywords we want to go after. So some of the things that are important, I first talked about backlinks, right? And that's very important in building up the trust and authority on your website, which is a ranking factor. The next thing I want to talk about in terms of your the actual implementation and the actual SEO methodology and the plan of attack is to make sure we have more content that's designed to target the specific keyword. And so what I mean by that is, let's say that we want to go after home loans Colorado Springs. What we want to do is we want to make sure that we have a page on here. So you can see right here, this is actually a page that says military service. So you're very optimized for any keywords that might be related to military service, Colorado Springs military service, home loans, VA loans, things like that. Which is why you're currently ranking for those kinds of VA terms, right? And so what we want to do is we want to build out another page. It doesn't necessarily have to show up at the top. We would just build it out internally on your website. And we would build out the website and specifically target that keyword that we're going after. So if we're going after home loans Colorado Springs, what we would do is we would build out a page, and then the inner URL, instead of saying military service here, it would say home-loans-Colorado-Springs. And then the content would have that kind of content on there. We would hash out the content to have additional kind of keywords that are related to it as well. We want to make sure we avoid stuffing keywords, because then Google will negatively impact your Google rankings because they think it's kind of spammy. And so it's a fine line. It's a line that we understand very well because we do SEO all day and every day. So we know exactly what that fine line is. We know in terms of what kind of words we have to implement, so you get you get credit for those keywords, but we also know where that line is to not go excessive, right? And so anyways, kind of what we would do is we would build out this page, and that's the page that would actually rank in Google for the keyword we want to go after. So if someone typed in home loans Colorado Springs and we were able to rank that new page we built, the website that would show up at the top of Google wouldn't be equityedgeteam.com, your home page. It would actually be that inner page that we built out. It would be that equityedgeteam.com/home-loans-Colorado-Springs page. And so we would do that exact same technique for the 9 other keywords we want to go after, and really start ranking you at the top of Google, start bringing in that targeted traffic that are looking for mortgage loans, and start being able to convert them into actual sales and going through the process, right? Your website is very, very well designed. It's a very professional looking website. We don't have to do a website redesign. All we would do on our end is go in here and make sure all the on-page SEO elements are there. So for example, your title tag here doesn't have any keywords in there, and we want to make sure we have at least something on there, so Google can give you some credit for that. I want to go into your actual pages and make sure that your meta description's on there. Meta description is basically what Google can read and what people see when they search up a certain phrase. And just a bunch of technical stuff in terms of the back end of the website that's really going to help Google understand exactly what your website is about and what keywords you want to rank for. And so that's exactly what we specialize in, and that's exactly what we would do for you. And we've had some phenomenal results doing this exact technique for other clients, and we know it will work very well for you as well. And so I hope at the very least you got some insight out of this. If you have any questions about what I said, if something was a little bit confusing, just feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be sure to answer that question for you. I'll leave my phone number at the bottom of the email. That way we can talk over the phone if you have any questions. Otherwise, we can just kind of bounce back and forth by email. But if you have any of those technical questions, I'm probably your best to-go guy for those kinds of questions, all right? But what we need to do is kind of come up with a plan of attack for this if we want to get started. So like, what are you looking to do with your website? What is your time frame? Let's come up with an exact plan of attack for how to grab the keywords, and so we'll figure out what the keywords are going to be, and then we'll hash out the content for it and start ranking that baby, you know, and then let's get started on this. So appreciate it again. I hope you have a great rest of your day and week, and look forward to talking to you soon. Appreciate it. Thank you.